Okay, we're back, and we have our first guest starting out today, Eric Lingenfelder from Verant Group. Welcome, Eric.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Great. Tell us a little bit about your company and what you do and how you do it.
We started and opened the first location about 15 years ago in San Diego. My two business partners started the first location, and I joined them about 3 years later. We're a restaurant group, and we have locations all over the city of San Diego. We kind of have what I call everyday locations that you can go into with very high quality food and try to have very high quality customer service.
So,
But at a price point that's affordable for most people, right?
Correct. That's
Right.
where we try to fit in there.
that's what creates a little longevity.
Definitely.
Yeah, good. So, tell us a little bit about locations. Where are the restaurants and which ones? And
Our first location we opened up, I believe, was in 1997, which was Tavern at the Beach, and that's where it started. That's where I joined my business partners, was there at that location. And then we moved to our second location in Mission Beach, which is Sandbar. We opened that one up in 2001. Those are both beach-type bar feels. Both have a phenomenal menu, but we really cater to the local beach clientele and then the great tourism that comes down to San Diego and the beach area throughout the summer months. We've had a few other ventures in between then, but our next store that we have currently now, we moved up to North Park, which it was neat seeing North Park where it was in 2009 when I was walking around North Park, and to see the revitalization and everything that's happened in North Park's been exciting to see. And I believe a big part of that revitalization happened with the hospitality industry. When you get the restaurants and the theater and things working in that area, seeing the whole community as a whole go up. So that was True North that we opened there. And then we opened West Coast Tavern, which is a phenomenal spot we have, which is located in actually the lobby of the North Park Theater, which is a lot of fun. We opened that one up in 2009. Recently, we opened up Barley Mash downtown, which is our biggest restaurant we have right now. It's about 8,500 square feet, and that's at the corner of 5th and Market downtown. That's been a lot of fun to get into the downtown scene. And it's amazing down there with the conventions, the locals, the industry clientele. It's been a real fun ride down there. We opened up Uptown Tavern in Hillcrest, which is great. That's about a year old now. And that's right there on University, and getting into a new neighborhood and learning about that neighborhood's been good as well. That's Verant Group where we're kind of at right now. And our last venture, we purchased the North Park Theater, which we're looking at revitalizing and getting some good live music acts in there and really making it a center spot in San Diego.
So the theater's going to be turned into something similar to the Belly Up or one of those?
That's what we're working towards. We're definitely going to keep the local, any local acts and plays and things we can put on there. But our ultimate focus is to turn it into a real live music venue.
But you're going to continue to keep theater there as well, or you're just going to slowly transition to 100% live theater?
I think our goal is to do both. It'll mainly be the live music venue, but if there's any local productions or things that we can fit in our calendar, we definitely want to keep that local aspect to the theater.
Because, see, I think that's genius, because San Diego is such a huge theater community, and if you can add in live music to that, I mean, it would be such a draw and such a key part to revitalizing that area, I think.
Right, and our goal is to have the theater booked. You know, I think where it was, and to have that theater booked 200 days a year or 250 days a year, to have events constantly going on in North Park, which is the center of San Diego, I think it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah. Well, you haven't picked a bad neighborhood yet. I mean, isn't it nice that you've got this selection of a place that it's not like you're in Des Moines, Iowa, right? Having to pick a place to put a restaurant in.
No, I think that's been one of the funnest things over the last 15 years is when we started in Pacific Beach, I knew that as my world. And then to kind of branch out now to be in different neighborhoods, I can tell the climate of how the economy is doing across San Diego. I can see if it is really busy or slow, not just what one neighborhood, but what we're seeing in all the areas. So that's been a lot of fun.
Well, you being a San Diego born and raised here, you probably have a better indication. So everybody wants to know, how did you get into this business? Did you back in or did you jump right in?
I think it was pretty much bred in me. I was 15 and 16 years old, started at Subway as my first job, and I was, I think, 17. There I was managing a Subway store, and I thought I was the king of the hill.
You were a sandwich artist.
I was a sandwich artist, and I've been in that business. I've bussed tables, waited tables, managed, bartended, and it's just been a part of what I've done in a way that I've kind of put myself through school. Graduated through San Diego State and was lucky enough to get hired as a door host and a bartender at the Tavern, and that's when I met my two business partners. And then us
Wow.
three together were lucky enough to find a few ventures that we could grow and continue to go. So it's definitely in my blood.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah. People don't realize. Everybody wants to jump into the restaurant and bar business, and really, the biggest warning is if you have no experience, don't get into it. Really, don't. It is a very sophisticated business. It's not a high risk business. It's only high risk for those that don't know what they're getting into.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Yeah. You're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business here on KFSD AM 1450 and financialnewsandtalk.com. I'm your host, Barry Waxler, here with my co-hosts Andrea Kay and Urban Miaris, and our guest, Eric Lingenfelder from the Verant Group. So now, Eric, I understand that you have gotten involved in a new venture, which I'm very interested in. Tell us about Remedy Foods.
So this is outside of Verant Group, but a few colleagues of mine approached me, and one, she's a chef that seems to amaze me every day with the product that she puts out, but she had started cooking, preparing, and delivering food to individuals across San Diego who were busy and couldn't cook for themselves, didn't have time, but still wanted to eat healthy. So she approached me last year, and her and one of my other colleagues got together and we formed Remedy Foods. And what it is, it's a health food delivery service. And that service, it really something so simple, it seems, but it provides such a good service for so many people. And it's very basic. She buys the best ingredients, healthy foods, prepares it for you, and it gets delivered to your house 2 times a week.
And all organic?
All organic, all natural. So that's what we found is the individual trying to go shop and prepare and put these meals together when they're on the go, it was just too difficult. So it's amazing how many people have inquired and how this business has grown, but it's been fantastic.
Yeah, it's not only difficult to do that yourself, but if you don't naturally have the ability, like not everybody's a good cook. Not everybody knows their way around a kitchen. So this is like having your own personal chef.
Right, and I think the lifestyle, we're so much on the go today. And I think what most people do is when they are short on time, they'll drive through fast food or they'll try to pick up something quick or be able to pull something off a shelf and microwave it. And it's just not the same quality product. But we're able to provide quality product that's delivered, and it's all cased each meal in your refrigerator ready to go.
Is it breakfast, lunch, and dinner? Is it just dinners? How does it work?
Right. So what it is it's 6 lunches and 6 dinners, and it's delivered to your house on Mondays and Thursdays. You're emailed a menu. You can select off it, reply. And that's all you really need to do.
Wow.
And it's dropped right off at your door in a nice bag, insulated, and put it in your fridge, and then you have your week's choices ready to go.
Really, no excuse to not eat right.
Yeah.
Now,
No,
are there special recipes for people who have dietary restrictions at all?
Yep, we do gluten-free, we do dairy-free, we cook for a few athletes who do very high-protein meals, so we can customize the meals in any way that works for you. And so I think it was just for me coming from the hospitality industry, it's neat to see another arm or a branch of it to continue, because we've always been in the food business. Now to be able to do that on a different business side has been very exciting.
Yeah. Is that what really is the key to your success? Because, I mean, as Urban said, so many people want to get in the restaurant business and then it has a super high failure rate. You guys have been successful for many years now. Is it the cuisine? Is it coming up with stuff that's yummy? Is it the good service? What is it?
Overall, I think as a business person, it's something that you have to believe in and be passionate about and live. It's something I enjoy. One of my favorite things to do is go out and sit down at a bar, or sit down at a restaurant and soak everything in. It's what I do. It's what I enjoy. It's what I think about. It's what I talk about. It's just part of our lives. If it's something like that, that's the best start. And then the only 2 other things is you got to listen to your customer. Your customer is always right. Your customer is the one that tells you what's the next thing, what's coming up. And then I think your employees. The team that you work with is the most valuable thing that you have. And if you take care of them and hold them close to your heart, I think throughout the years you'll be very successful.
Well,
Okay.
Before we go too far, since there's 2 different ventures you're involved in, why don't you tell our listeners how they can find Remedy Foods?
Remedy Foods, you can find them online at myremedyfoods.com. And that's the easiest way to go ahead. You can see sample menus, the pricing, some of the food that we use there. That's the best way to get a hold there. And then Verant Group, if you just look up Verant Group on the internet, we have establishments all over San Diego. Come in and give us a try, and we'll do our best to give you a good experience.
Well, I think you should set up a whole new website and call it singledadcooking.com.
We can do that for you.
I will be all over it, okay?
Perfect.
And my kids will thank you. So,
And if you ever need anybody to taste test new recipes, I'm available. I mean, how do
All
you
right.
guys come up with new items on a menu? How does a restaurant approach that, or how do you guys do it?
I always say that best ideas are always stolen. So whenever we're out or we're there, we'll take little bits and pieces from each side, and we'll try to combine those to bring new products out there. One thing we do is we try to combine our beer and our bourbon and our alcohol side of it mixed in and infused with the food on the restaurant sides that we have.
Wow.
And it's something that's creative, that's out there. We also are very lucky. We have some very, very talented chefs that work in our company. And so they're definitely artists at what they do, and listening to them and letting them be creative, letting them flow with things. So that's a big part of it.
yeah. Well, you bring great value to San Diego. I'm looking down here and I see you employ 400 people. Bringing jobs to our community is, we can't thank you enough for that.
Well, it's been lucky. We've got a great crew, and we're very lucky to have them. That's for sure. And we're in the best city in the country, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm jealous. You're in a hospitality business. You're having fun, and you're in San Diego.
Yeah.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Well,
No,
I mean,
very lucky.
who knows? I wouldn't be surprised if a year from now I didn't see a reality show about the Verant Group.
Oh no.
Well,
I know
Yeah.
there's production companies going around San Diego looking to find a
The bar
place
and
to sit.
restaurant industry always has something exciting going on. My mom asked me a few times, "So what do you do for work, Eric?" And I mean, really, what do you do? I said, "Sit down. If you want to really hear the true story, there's always something going on. That's for sure."
Yeah.
Well, nationwide, the food service industry employs about 9% of the population. And, of course, with us in tourism, it's much higher here in San Diego.
Right.
So it's just a wonderful asset to our community. Really is great.
So, well, before we go, because we're getting ready for break again, tell our listeners one more time how they find Verant Group and Remedy Foods and what have you.
Yep, the easiest way is just to go on the internet, either on your phone or computer, and type up verantgroup.com, and that'll show you all of our locations, all the hours of operations, the menus, everything's there, and that's verantgroup.com. And then if you're looking to get healthy food service delivered to your door, that's My Remedy Foods. MyRemedyFoods.com is the best way to find that one.
And an opening date for the theater when you're going to start bringing in
Theater.
live groups?
We've taken over the theater, and we're looking for June to have the remodel done. In June, we'll start booking and really trying to push the live music aspects. That'll be exciting.
Awesome.
Well,
Well, stay in
hopefully have all
touch
you
with
there.
us. Let us know.
Stay in touch. We'll go live at the theater for you.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank
So-
you for having me.
Great.
Alrighty.
Okay, well, you're listening to Close Up on San Diego Business, where we get up close and personal with homegrown San Diego businesses and the people that are working hard to make a difference in our community. This is financialnewsandtalk.com. I'm your host, Barry Waxler. We'll be right back after the break with more homegrown business, Close Up, and Randy Coopersmith from Latitude 33.